Our form is really starting to take shape. In this video, let's update the subscription checkbox to use the Angular Material checkbox component. Let's jump into the documentation to see how to implement it. On the left, I have the checkbox component selected, and then under the Overview tab, we'll be implementing just a basic checkbox like this one here, the Check Me, and we'll be applying that within our reactive form. There's different ways we could apply this checkbox if we go under the Examples tab. And we can have different configurations like a checked version, a indeterminate version. We could place the label before or after. And like all of our other inputs, we could also disable it as well. In our form, we won't be disabling it and we'll have our text show up after. And we'll be using just a normal checked. Let's bring in our module. If we go back to the overview, under the code TS file, let's bring in this module, the MatCheckboxModule. Back inside of the contact us form component TypeScript file, I'll add in or import our MatCheckbox module, and then also make sure to bring that within the imports array for the component. And I'll add that towards the end. That's the only change we need to make within our TypeScript file. Move it on to the HTML. And then within our checkbox section right here, we'll first update our div container. We want this container to eat up 50% of the form container. So I'll apply this style to it, or this class attribute, and I'll apply that within the div container. Next, we could comment out this input and label. We'll remove this soon. And then inside of our container, we'll apply the MatCheckbox element. And then the label is going to be subscribed to updates. This is a reactive form, so we'll need to apply the form control name. I'll just copy it right out of the current input and then add that within the MatCheckbox. And then you want your name or your value to match up with what you have within your form, as long as that matches up. And then we'll just clean up our code by removing the commented out section here. And that's the only changes we need to make for our checkbox. Let's test this in the browser to make sure everything's still working. Our subscribe to updates looks good. I already filled out all of our required fields so we could submit the form, and then I'll select this, open up the DevTools, and when we select the submit button, it should console log the correct information. And okay, and then if we look in the object, we have it set to true and subscribe is set to true. Just to test the false. And now it's set to false. In the next video, we'll take care of our date picker here. So I'll see you then.